Yes?
What's on your mind?
This armor is amazing. It's so light and flexible, yet I feel completely protected.
Let's talk about us.
Of course.
Found any loot?
Sure. But nothing I'm going to share with you. This one's mine. I've got your back, dear heart. Don't you worry.
Yes?
Which of the 8 divines do you serve?
This temple is dedicated to Mara, and the light of love she shines on us all.
This morning. Balmer blood elixir. Rare trinkets, the finest oddities from Morrow.
Still here.
Can you train me to be better at archery?
You've already learned all I can teach you. Sure, my friend. Wouldn't anyone like to stay in Riverwood forever? But no. Come to recount my past homes. Riverwood is actually my third. Yeah. I spent a good deal of my childhood in my ancestral homeland, Valenwood. But my family moved to Skingrad eventually. The Thalmor weren't exactly benevolent rulers, you see. Not that the Emperor was a saint, but at least he didn't confiscate the wealth of anyone he disliked. At least back when we moved. I remember the trees, a few faces, but much of my childhood memory was muddy. Like anyone's childhood was, I guess. The last memory I had of Valenwood was the Thalmor clearing entire forests to build fortresses and roads while we were on our way to Skingrad. It was a beautiful place before I left, although I'm not sure if I can ever return to the home I remembered. Is there anything else you need?
Rare trinkets, the finest oddities from Morrow. Go back that missing limb with my genuine Balmer blood elixir.
Fresh meats and produce.
Skyrim cities are nice and all, but do they work?
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
The fairest prices and the highest quality in
Genuine
Skyrim.
Balmer blood elixir for sale. Live for thousands of years. See into other people's thoughts.
All meats guaranteed.
Protect yourself
clean
right.
and free
Buy
from
armor
bottom.
from Grelka.
Don't miss out.
Gems,
Purchase a
potions,
bottle of my
exotic
genuine
ingredients.
Balmer blood
I have
elixir.
them all.
Only 20 septums each.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrow.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. They say some miners have gone missing near Lost Prospect Mine. A shame what greed does to some people.
Do you get many customers down here?
I get enough, although not as many as I'd like. That's what happens when you run your business from the sewers. But this location does allow me to be more discreet.
How do you prevent the moisture from damaging the clothes?
I keep most of my inventory sealed in crates. The clothing on display here is just for show, and if by chance some of it gets moldy, then a little hot water and vinegar does the trick.
What sort of clothes do you offer?
All types. While I mostly sell farm clothes and work boots, most of my profits come from the nobles. People think you need to go to Solitude to sell the high-end garments, but that's not true.
How can you sell fancy clothes in a city like Riften?
Simple. There may be half as many customers, but they buy twice as many clothes. Why? Because this city is incredibly filthy, and fancy threads in particular aren't made to handle it. And the tougher the stains, the more likely people will buy clothes instead of washing them.
What do you have for sale?
Let's see if we can't find an outfit that suits you. Thank you for stopping by, Syrah. Let me know if there's anything else you require.
Hey, love.
Let's talk about us.
Of course.
How much do you love me?
I love you as much as I love the bloody, raw liver of a newly slain enemy. Love you.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
Rare trinkets
Protect
and the
yourself
finest
right.
oddities from
Buy
Morrowind.
armor from Grelka.
Don't miss out. Purchase a bottle of my genuine farmer blood elixir. Only 20 septims each.
Beautiful bauble. And gleaming gemstones over here.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
All meat guaranteed clean and free from rot joint.
Make love like a saber cat, or crush your enemies to
Gems,
dust like a
potions,
giant.
exotic
Only
ingredients.
a mere 20
I'll
gold
have 'em all.
coins,
Are
and
you
all
looking to
this
stay alive?
could be
Fine
Why
yours.
take a
jewelry
chance?
here.
Fresh meats and produce.
Yes?
Get them before they're gone.
Protect
Genuine
yourself right.
Falmer blood
Buy
elixir
armor
for
from
sale.
Grelka.
Live for thousands of years. See
If you're
rare
looking for a
trinkets,
handout,
finest
you'll
oddities
want to
from
speak with
Morrowind.
my husband. If you're looking for company, I suppose I could do worse.
Beautiful baubles
All
and
meats
gleaming
guaranteed
gemstones
clean
over
and
here.
free from rot joint.
Bowley's around some.
Buy some armor.
Make love like a saber cat, or crush
With
your
my
enemies
husband's
to dust
newfound
like a
religion,
giant.
what I do with our coin and what I do all day seems less important to him. Suits me.
The fairest prices and the highest quality in Skyrim.
Fresh meats
I
and
don't know what
produce.
I'm doing
Get
wrong.
them before they're
Why
gone.
won't Helga acknowledge me?
Don't miss out. Purchase a bottle of my
Who
genuine
are you?
farmer
What
blood
is it you do
elixir.
here?
Only 20 septims
That's an
each.
odd and brusque way to address a stranger now, isn't
Buying
it?
and selling fine jewelry here.
I apologize for my rudeness. I
Looking
was
to stay
simply
alive?
curious.
Why take a chance?
Yes, I understand. Curiosity is the driving force in many
Rare
of our
trinkets,
lives,
genuine
and the
Falmer
failure
blood
to sate
elixir
it can
for
lead to
sale.
many a
Live for
frustration.
thousands of
Sometimes I
years.
think it's
See
best
into
to
other
just sit
people's
down and
thoughts.
read about other people's adventures instead.
All
What about
meats
you?
guaranteed
Do you enjoy the
clean
art of
and
reading?
free from rot joint.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian
I tend to skip through
craftsmanship.
books, to be honest.
Protect
fairest
yourself
prices
right.
I get it.
Buy
You seek the
armor from
knowledge, but not the
Skyrim.
wisdom. You boost your skills while
Learn a
failing to
library's
develop your
worth of
character.
knowledge in moments, or grow back that missing limb with
If
my
you have any
genuine
tips on how
Falmer
to
blood
woo Helga,
elixir.
let me know.
New around Riften? Take
Fresh
my
meats
advice.
and
Stay at the
produce.
Bee and
Get
Barb.
them
The
before
bunkhouse
they're
Looking to
isn't
stay
for
alive?
you.
Why take a chance?
Are you the only one that works at the bunkhouse?
Genuine Falmer blood elixir
Of
for
course
sale.
not.
Live
You expect
for
me to take
thousands
care of it by
years.
myself?
See into
My
other
niece
people's
Svana helps me
thoughts.
with the chores. She'd
Rare
be more
trinkets
help if
and
she
the
kept her
finest
head out of the
oddities from
clouds.
Morrowind.
Working
I
at the
don't know
Riften
why I
fishery is
bother.
tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
All meats guaranteed
What can I get for you?
clean and free
Let me
from
know
rot
if there's
joint.
anything else you need.
Gems, potions,
Make love like a
exotic
saber cat,
ingredients,
or
fine
crush your
jewelry
enemies to
here.
dust like a giant. Only a mere 20 gold coins, and all this could be yours.
I'm glad to see you.
What's on your mind?
Buy some armor and
I approve of your choice of attire. Okay.
The fairest prices and the
Learn a
highest
library's
quality in
worth of
Skyrim.
knowledge in moments, or grow back that missing limb with my genuine Falmer blood elixir.
Fresh meats and produce. Get them before they're gone.
looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Jewelry with legendary
Don't miss out.
Argonian craftsmanship.
Purchase a bottle of my genuine Falmer blood elixir. Only 20 septims each.
potions, exotic ingredients. I have them all.
All meat, guaranteed. Clean and
Here I am. Okay.
Traveler, are you by chance in need of a companion?
Sorry, try someone else.
Blast! It seems no one is willing to take this infernal dog off my hands.
The dog is a good boy and you are a bad egg for despising it.
It seems to me two things are obvious. I'm a poor influence, and you're a poor judge of character, which makes you well suited to be this dog's new owner. Let that be a lesson when you pet its coat and it urinates on you.
Where did you find this dog?
I didn't find the cretin. I never wanted him to follow me. It was just bad luck.
What do you mean by bad luck?
Well, it all has to do with the price of troll fat. It's been dropping like flies ever since the book Finn's Guide to Troll Slaying got published. Since I already own a considerable stash, it's in my best interest to kill as many trolls as I can and make the items scarce.
How do you go about hunting trolls?
I usually track their footprints and follow them to their lairs. They typically aren't very happy to see me. Except this one time they were too busy cornering this mangy dog, and the army of fleas in its garrison.
The same dog as the one beside you?
That's right. Funny thing is, if I hadn't killed the trolls, this dog would probably have annoyed them to death. Which is precisely what it's doing to me now. In fact, I think the mongrel is trying to kill me by having me commit suicide.
The dog must have at least one useful function.
The dog does serve as excellent troll bait. Or any bait for that matter. I can't begin to fathom how many enemies this beast has made in its travels throughout Skyrim.
That's it, just troll bait?
Well, outside of that, the only quality that sets it apart is the impossible amount of urine it holds in its bladder. Frankly, the dog is a prodigy in this regard, and I can see how it might be useful if you directed it at the right people. The problem is, he refuses to urinate on anyone but his master, and that's a title I would give my left ear and 3 of my toes to remove.
I myself would like to urinate on you.
You... what? Is that a joke or some sort of perversion? Get away from me! Yes?
The dog doesn't seem to want to part from your company.
Yes. It fails to grasp that I want to murder it. Funny, because that's all I ever think about. Oh, I guess it's true what they say. Tamriel would be a much better place if we could all be the kind of people the dogs think we are.
You saved the dog's life. Now I understand why it's attached to you.
It was a coincidence, an unfortunate side effect. At no point did I attempt to do it any favors. In fact, if I had to do it all over again, I might have spared the trolls and used all my remaining magicka on the dog.
Just admit it. You like the dog.
Like the dog? I don't like fleas, I don't like unpleasant smells, having my face licked, or loud barking in the middle of the night. I haven't the faintest idea why you'd think I'd enjoy the company of this dirty, flea-ridden cacophony of fur.
Does the dog have a name?
How should I know? It doesn't respond to imbecile, and I can't think of a more appropriate name. So for now, I've resorted to calling it Dog.
Loyalty is a rare thing in this world. You should learn to appreciate it.
The loyalty of mortals is indeed a rare and treasured thing. The loyalty of a dog can be bought with a small piece of bread, or a significantly fragrant behind. About time.
Fresh meats and produce. Get them before they're gone. Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning. All meats guaranteed, clean and free from rock. Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
I've got your back. Need anything, you just say the word.
I'm glad to see you.
What's on your mind?
I've noticed that many people react badly when I tell them about my dietary habits, and yet they have no issues eating animals. Okay.
Don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
What can I do for you? Safe travels.
I don't know you. You and Riften, you can pretend not to hear me all you want, but you better stay out of the Blackbriar's business. Stay out of the Blackbriar's business and you'll live longer.
The sun gives warm tint to the cold lands of Skyrim.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
Hmm?
Oh, hello there. How are you?
Okay.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it. Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
I've got the witch's pox and I need to blow my nose. Quick, lend me your tunic.
I don't think that's a good idea. You might want to head over to Elgrim's and buy a potion for that. Although you don't look sick to me. If you get a health potion with it, maybe you can send half the bottle my way. The Divines know I need one after picking leaks all day.
I want to ask you some questions.
Well, that's something that doesn't happen every day. You want to ask me questions? I'm just a farmhand. On the list of important folks in this town, I'm about as low in common as a borrowed robe. So I don't know who you think I am, stranger, but I'm not at all interesting. You, on the other hand, I bet you've gone on all sorts of adventures.
I've mostly just scavenged and wandered. Nothing special.
You've seen more in one day than I've seen in all my life. I don't mean that in a negative way, though. I don't really care to see it. My life is here, harvesting crops for the snowshots. It's a simple life, but I can't see what I have to offer you beyond how to pick potatoes.
Protect yourself right. Buy
Vegetables
armor
as
from
crisp
Grelka.
as a winter's morning.
I enjoy conversing with everyday people. There's always something to learn.
Alright, then ask your questions, and I'll try my best to impart what little wisdom I have. Although I'd still rather talk about you.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
Are wood elves even allowed to be farmers?
You sound like Valander. He never stops with the Green Pact and all this other religious nonsense. So I can't pick a cabbage from the garden, but if a Lord picks that same cabbage and sells it to me to eat, it's okay. The whole concept seems a little silly to me. If you're not going to eat vegetables, that's one thing, but don't look down on me for harvesting crops when there's plenty of green on your plate.
Okay, fine. Is there anything you want to ask me?
Sure. For starters, what's your favorite thing to eat in Skyrim?
Cooked meats, fish, and poultry.
You must be a warrior then, someone who likes their meat as bloody as their battles. Although I did meet a soldier once who only ate vegetables. She came to the farm to pick the leeks and potatoes, so she could boil them in a stew. And the best part was, she was bigger and stronger than all the farm guards put together.
Is that all?
No, I got more. I think. Okay, how about this? What do you think is the most fearsome beast in Skyrim?
My spouse.
Ooh, I wouldn't touch that subject with a pair of enchanted gloves. Riften is full of happy newlyweds, and the priests don't take kindly to negativity. Well, at least until Jade joined the temple. They say every marriage she blesses is doomed to fall apart. Goodbye.
If you need me, I'm here.
Let's talk about us.
Of course.
I just wanted to tell you that I love you.
If you want to get in my breeches, you need only ask, you know? Okay.
Soon we'll rid Skyrim of elves, their bloody justicars, and the Jarls in their pockets. Behold them not.
Seems I have something stuck
Hey,
in my
you're not supposed to be down here. Official business only.
Can I pass now?
Sure, that'll do just fine. Go on ahead. Divines watch over you.
To Bosmer in a city of thieves.
What's in the box?
Riften doesn't stand
What's
a chance.
in the box?
What's that, Mr. Dragonfly? The outside world is a
Sibby,
scary place.
if you don't shut your
Well,
mouth
yes, I
soon,
suppose
I'll
it
have to
can
come
be.
up there and shut it
It can
for
be
you.
beautiful too.
Do I make
You should
myself
try
clear?
it.
Have you come to gawk at me, or is this a social call?
I was sent by Louis Latruche.
Ah, and let me guess. He wants his horse. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem. See, I don't really outright own Frost.
Mrs. Dragonfly stuck in there.
You don't own the horse you already sold to Latruche.
That is correct. You see, Frost belongs to the Blackbriar estate. Technically, everything in the estate is owned by my mother, Maven. My plan was to take the horse from our lodge and deliver it to Latruche at the stables. Obviously, that didn't exactly work out as I'd planned. Still, I don't want to cross Latruche. Tell you what, steal the horse and deliver it, and you can have the second half of the payment.
You know, I bet Maven would pay me even more for this info.
Sure, take advantage of the guy in jail. Okay, fine, I can make the deal sweeter. I obviously don't have anything here, but there's a hidden stash in the lodge, and I did manage to hold on to the key. Take it.
Stealthily stealing a horse can be a challenge. I'm curious to see how you handle this.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
Well, well, another visitor. Meet. It seems you need to recollect your thoughts, and maybe a change of clothes. Meet. No, I'm more interested in what brought you here. Tell me, Why have you come to the Riften jail of all places? Have you come to gawk? To point and stare? Have you come to plead for the nice, honorable guard to let your dear family go? Or is it to look around where you are unwelcome? I know exactly what you mean.
What did you do?
What I was destined to do. I covered Skyrim in a wave of blood. Men and women, the old and the young, all conveniently disappeared. It didn't matter whether they were protected by city walls or how much they begged for their life. The end came for them all. No, it is not madness, Daedra, or magic gone awry. I chose to do what I did. I enjoyed it. And our dear Jarl, well, she just can't fathom it. Most of the guards here refuse to come anywhere near my cell, as if it were cursed. And so, here I wait. Enough questions. All will be revealed in good time. Now I have one for you, Meat. Tell me, when you were younger, did you ever face starvation? You know what I speak of. The gnawing hunger as your eyes hang heavy. In that moment, did you look for another source of food? One that may have walked upon two legs? Then you understand. Good. Next question. Good. Good. You're learning. Imagine that you've spent your life in service of your liege. You would die for them. You'd obey their every whim, every command. Now imagine for a moment that a civil war has broken out and it's being led by one of their very own children. The land is being ravaged, countless innocents caught in the flames, and you have been ordered to kill everyone to put an end to this little rebellion. When you arrive at the heart of this conflict, however, you overhear that there are refugees sheltering inside. The old, sick, pregnant, and crippled. Will you follow your orders, or break your oath to your liege, knowing full well that some of your enemies may escape?
The Imperialists think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
That is not an answer, fool. You are faced with a difficult question and instead shirk the responsibility of answering it. You lack the strength of your convictions, but I suppose that is to be expected. Why? Why is not the question you want to ask, but what? You want to know what I did, because you have an interest that drove you here. You are not the first, of course, but death fascinates you as much as you won't admit it. Very well. Understand that I will be here either for the rest of my life, or until one of the Jarl's men grows a spine to kill me where I stand. Already your mind must be swirling with possibilities. What could this creature be capable of, you wonder? I am capable of far more than what I appear to be, just as we all are, Meat. For years I kidnapped people, took them back to my place in the hills, and did with them as I pleased. It was exhilarating. One of the local gossips could tell you more, I'm certain. Or the guards, if they don't freeze up as soon as you ask. I hear some of them left the guard altogether after what they saw at my little hovel. Layla Lawgiver is weak and corrupted by the guild's presence. Even so, as conveniently wild and lawless as Skyrim is, she couldn't execute someone who handed themselves in willingly. Surprised? Yes, I thought you might be. Few would choose to do so, but my time was nearing its end, and I wanted to see the look on their faces. The monster they had built me up as turned out to be nothing more than a quiet, well-spoken Bosmer. Surely this was a mistake. Where was the blood-starved lunatic that had committed acts beyond description and cast a shadow on our beautiful hold? It can't be him, they said. He wouldn't hurt a fly. They were wrong. Shortly after I was captured, one of the local mothers, I didn't bother to remember her name, was brave enough to come down to speak with me. I must admit, Meat, that even I was shocked. I listened to her calmly describe what had happened, who her son had been before asking where his body was. I remember that I turned to look at her, grief hanging under her eyes, before I laughed in her face. In the years since, I've been left alone down here, as it should be.
You're a monster.
Last question. You arrive in a disgusting pit of civilization. Corruption and the parasites that feed off of it is clear as day to you. You make your way down into the prison of the local Jarl and find there a monster whose acts beggar belief. And he enjoyed committing them. At this point, do you allow yourself to walk away, knowing that you could bring him to justice once and for all, or slay the fiend to prevent his escape? Then break down this door, Meat, and come and face me. One way or another, this will all be over soon. My victims weren't quite as lucky.
So, Faendal, is it?
Greetings,
How are
Sister
the
Elf.
lambs these
Good
days?
to see a familiar face so far from home.
I am not your sister, salad eater. I know you spend your days chopping wood, so don't even try to compare me to yourself.
Look, I...
Don't start. Save it for Ivre.
You return. How quaint.
You can't win this!
You a mess.
Is someone there?
Get her!
I'll kill you where you stand.
This is your last mistake!
I didn't think you had
I'll
the
let
stomach
you
for it.
live this time. Hey, watch what you're doing!
Please,
fools
someone
are
do
actually
something.
protect you.
Yield or suffer.
Oh, is that it?
You've taken your
Order of
last
the Yard.
breath.
Stop right there.
This ends now.
Any chance I could talk you into overlooking
My
this?
money is on the field.
All right, but you just watch yourself. Next time, I might not be so lenient. Come quiet. Skyrim has no use committed crimes against...
Time to
die! All right. You want to go? No. You want to...
I don't have time for this.
Time to finish this. Just a scratch. Is that the best you can do?
You can't win this!
What? No! The storm's going to pay blood for blood.
Murder!
Victory is yours. I submit.
I've got your back, love. Here we go again.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
I submit. Take me to jail.
I guess you're smarter than you look.
I'm here for you. I've got your back, dear heart. Don't you worry.
Let's talk about us.
Is everything all right?
Let's go to bed.
No, not now, and certainly not here. Love you.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Come on now. A carriage is the safest way to travel.
What can I do for you?
What happened?